Hello there, Sagittarius. I have pulled some cards for you for a tarot reading. I'm going to be looking at your what to embrace and what to leave behind for the next 12 days as in general regarding like what's going on with you. And then we're going to look more specifically at your abundance and prosperity, and we're going to look at your love messages. So Sagittarius, by the way, I should introduce myself. I'm Michele B, and I've been reading tarot for like 15 years. So I know a few things about how to read the tarot. I'm just reading the cards, and it's absolutely no judgment against you or the people in your life. Just saying. Anyway, so what to embrace? We've got the Page of Pentacles. This is a person that's like, I want to learn new things, new skills, new talents, new tricks. I want to find out what's available to me when it comes to my abundance and prosperity specifically. So for the next 12 days, that needs to be much more of a focus than anything else, is thinking about your material prospects. So there's that, right? And what to leave behind, we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is like the humdrum, showing up to work, doing what needs to be done. At the time of this recording, that I'm recording this video, we are in the season of Virgo. So that's, even though it is a fellow sister mutable sign, meaning like you can go this way or that way at the drop of the hat, it's a very service and work-oriented season. And that, I feel like that's really rubbing you the wrong way. And it's like, it's becoming an oppression toward you, for you. And you're like, it's bringing all the things in your life that you don't enjoy, that you go through the motion of doing, even though you don't like it. It's bringing that into sharp clarity, and like you're hyper focusing on it. And you're being asked to embrace the idea that you can learn new ways to bring that abundance and prosperity and resources and into your life to create stability, economic stability, resource stability in your life. And when your foundation, when your root is stable, then it helps for you to be able to connect with other people and to be able to do fun things. But I think there's a looking at all the cards that I've spread so far for this reading, I see that there is a sense of fighting against an oppressive masculine energy. Whether you identify as masculine or female, there's this oppressive masculine energy that's hung out probably since your early youth. It might be something that's just in your karma from previous generations, but it's like, you need to be doing this, this, and this to you. And so you feel that, and you feel like rebelling against it. You feel like being like, no, I am this wild, infinite being that is not here to stick to rules and to do things in the status quo kind of way. I'm a person that is on this planet to live in joy and infinite abundance, whether I'm working for someone else or not. My value isn't in showing up to work every day and pumping out a widget. That is not my value. My value is my beauty, the beauty of my soul and my joy and my smile and my love. All right. So you're like, how do I get in connection with that? In the society that focuses so much on the masculine aspects of, you put in an input, you get the result, right? You do the thing, you get the result. You do the thing, you get the result, and that's all that's important. How do you focus your time and energy on living in beauty and joy in each moment? You're trying to figure that out. So I'm going to pivot over, when you hear the little laughter, the little giggles, it's my little boy. He's playing on his computer over there while I'm recording. So he's got his headphones on. He can't hear me, and he's just giggling and giggling because something is so funny. So there's some joy, childlike joy. That's what you want, right, Sagittarius? You want to feel childlike joy in everything you do. How do you get back to that? We're spending our whole adult lives trying to tune back into that. But looking specifically at your resources, your abundance, your prosperity, your money. First I got to look at what's going on in the internal landscape, what kinds of conflicts you have going on, because it's usually the conflicts that keep us from going forward. And then we want to know, how do I get in alignment with that prosperity that is my God-given right? My God-given imperative is to be prosperous. Well, I see, right? First of all, internally, you know who you are. The King of Wands is representative of Sagittarius. And he, even if you identify as feminine, this person is inspiring, exciting, full of great ideas, and able to channel the excitement of other people in a positive direction. You know you are meant to do big things, to inspire people in significant ways. You know what you were on this planet to do, and you feel like you're not in touch with that. Often you find yourself experimenting with things that you think might be exciting at the time, but end up being absolutely not what you want at all. And what ends up happening is, instead of focusing your energy on making the world a better place and creating prosperity and abundance for other people, and you get a part of that, you're kind of playing around and goofing. And this isn't meant as a criticism for you, because you're learning a lot about yourself. But that's what's happening, and you're starting to get to the point where you're like, I really need to do something about this, because I'm at that crisis point. The Tower is saying, I'm at a crisis point where I'm just like so dissatisfied with myself, and I know that I can do better. The King of Wands is looking at the Tower. It's like, I know that I can do better. I know that I was meant for bigger things. Absolutely, you are. The cards are like, yes, you are meant for bigger things. And that crisis feeling is like a call to action. In Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, you're having the call to action to step forward. It's time to do something. It's time to get things going. Get that momentum moving. How do you do that? I feel that the cards are trying to say, with the center card being the World in the upright position, is saying you need to switch things up in a dramatic way. Now, I'm not saying to like sell all your stuff and hit the road and go like hitchhiking across the country, or, you know, yeah, do anything dangerous to yourself, or that's going to put your children, your family in danger. But you do need a big shake-up for yourself. Like, major shifts in habits is what needs to happen. You need to transition into a different phase, and you might have to kickstart it in a significant way. Okay. The World and the Chariot coming up mean that there's a significant change coming down the pipe for you. And it's, with the 8 of Wands being here, it's something that you need to initiate yourself. And it's, I feel like you love this. I feel like the idea is lighting you up, that I'm saying like, it's time for you to make this significant, radical, wild change that's going to make everybody go, oh, there Sagittarius goes again. Oh, right? There they go again. Just, you know, spur of the moment, by the seat of their pants. They're just going off and doing something else. Well, you get to. It's your life. That's why you were put in a Sagittarian framework, is because that's what you do, and that's okay. All right. You shake shit up, but you're only shaking it up for your own life, so you can get a bigger perspective. Final word, we have the 10 of Swords. It's time to unbind yourself from limitations. Each of these swords is something that's been pinning you down and making you feel oppressed. The Emperor came up in these in the other aspect of the reading that I'm going to be doing, talking about your relationships. If this was like a paternal figure, either in your life or in your energy, or it's just society in general being a masculine energy, it's telling you, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. And there you are, struggling and struggling to get up. Now, these are all imaginary restrictions. None of these swords are real. The swords will disappear when you decide to do it, but you might need, because the paradigm is so ingrained, has been so ingrained for so long, you might need to make a dramatic shift. Shake things up in a dramatic way. I've had to just pick up and move house to somewhere completely different to change the paradigm that I was in. I feel like you're ready. You're ready for a complete switch into a new phase of your life where you can be this student that's learning how to create your life the way you want it to be. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so let's look at your love messages, your connection messages. If any of these messages that I'm speaking about don't resonate with you, then they're not for you right now. That's okay. They could be for you later. But also you can check in your chart for your rising, your moon, your Mars, your Venus, and you can check out readings from me or from other people, other tarot readers online, and find a reading that does resonate with you, okay? Because different parts of our chart will light up at different times in our lives. So hashtag not all Sagittarius. But regarding your love messages, I feel like if everything was just perfect, if you were in a relationship where you didn't have, where there wasn't any worries or anything like that, or if you're perfectly happy being single and you're not looking to be with anybody else, either of those cases, you wouldn't be tuned into the love messages. So I'm not going to speak about those. I'm speaking about people that have issues regarding connection. And so looking at the internal landscape first, once again, someone feels restricted. Someone feels like they're being held back. Now we also have the World that came up because there's an antsy feeling inside of you, a feeling like some kind of change has to happen. Now, I don't know if you are in a relationship currently and you feel like, I need to switch things up in this relationship because I'm going stir crazy. Or if you're feeling like, it's time for me to change the way that I go about being in relationships, but you feel like there has to be some kind of change. The Ten of Swords indicating a transition in thought, an intellectual mindset transition, okay, as those swords disappear. And I feel like I said, we've got the Emperor and we've got the King of Pentacles. And I feel like the Emperor is more like, being a major arcana, I feel like the Emperor is more like a societal construct, a societal masculine oppressor. And I feel like the King of Pentacles is an oppressor from actual family. Like the father figure, the masculine figure is like, you need to be responsible. You need to be responsible in your relationships. You need to treat your partner right. You know, you need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. And I feel like you're being called because you're like, this is making me nuts. There's the Tower again. Remember, we had the Tower coming up in your money, in your resources as well. You're like, I feel like I'm at a crisis point where a fundamental shift has to happen. So the thing about the Tower is it's like we want something to change. We want something to change. We want something to change. But we don't know how to do it ourselves. And so the universe comes in and makes changes happen for us, but it might look like a disaster at first. Only hindsight will show us that it was all for us. It wasn't something that happened to us. It was something that happened for us, right? So if you don't make the changes that you need to make in order to feel really fucking good about the way that you engage in relationships, if you don't make these changes, the changes are going to happen for you because you'll be detached, you'll run around behind people's backs, you won't trust. Like, there's all of these dysfunctions that happen when we're not in complete alignment with who we are and how we engage in relationships, when we don't see ourselves for how we truly are. And so this masculine oppressive energy is something that's kept you in line, I think. Even if whether you identify as masculine or feminine, there is a masculine influence in your subconscious mind that's like, this is the way you're supposed to act in relationships. And you're like, but I don't want to. I want to do things differently. I want to live on my own terms. Check this out. The final word, the Empress. She's got something to say to the Emperor. She's like, I know that you've taken center stage in the discourse about what's right and wrong in relationships, but I got something to say. The Empress, she's, the Empress has a lot, like she contributes even more than the Emperor, right? But she does it in a much quieter way. So the Empress is going, you need wildness. She's saying, you need wildness. You can't control, because, oh God, yeah, that's it. The Empress is the harvester, right? She brings in all the resources, but look at this wild forest behind her. She can't, without the worms, you can't control the worms, right? You can't control the fertility that the worms create. You can't control the fertility that the birds deposit. You can't control the diversity of insects that help to pollinate the crops. You need the wildness in order to be complete. And your wildness, my dear Sagittarius, is going, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I need something different. I gotta change things. Does that mean that you have to end relationships that you're currently in? No. But you might need to say, no offense, I need to assert my wildness. I need to switch things up. I need to do things in a different way. You're being supported in this. This has to happen in order, so you're not repressed. Repressed people become depressed, and that's not what we want, right? Oh, Sagittarius, I love you. Let's look at your affirmations. We need the Emperor. We need some rules, right? But they should just be just common sense as far as love for, the love that you would have for yourself, that's the love that you share for other people. And what would you have done to yourself? That should be the basic rule, right? But if it's a rule that fundamentally does not serve your higher good, then it's not a good rule for you, okay? So put that Emperor in check and be the Empress, put that Emperor in check and say, even if it's just in your head, right? And just say, you know what? That rule doesn't work for me. I'm gonna do things my own way. And I think that goes in all aspects of your life. Relearn the page in all the suits. The page is always the vulnerable relearner, the vulnerable apprentice. Relearn the way that you do things. Relearn what you think is abundance. Relearn what you think is value and contribution. Relearn what you think is a healthy connection with others. But you're very good at that, Sagittarius. Oh, I love the way you think. Ooh, I'm going to take that one. Affirmation for the ending. I have the power to create the life that I want. That's a really great ending. What else do I have to say? You have the power to create the life that you want. How do you get there? Make some dramatic switch-ups. Love you. I'll see you in 12 days, Sagittarius, and we'll see where you're at then. See you later.